Okay, well, this is a fairly little recent project that I've been working on. I've been trying to figure out a way of producing something which can put a load onto the various different model steam engines that I have, and one where you can vary the load as well. And I thought, well, I've seen various generators. Jensen do a little model generator which runs a little street light type thing. I thought, yeah, that would be an ideal sort of thing to do. And anyway, this is this Dynamo. This came from Banggood. It's basically 12 volts, 1 amp at a certain RPM. I'll put a link in the description to that. Well, very not expensive at all, quite reasonably priced. And basically, what we've got here is it's just a switch box with a cup. It's got a voltmeter and an ammeter, and these are little MES bulb holders here, and they're individually switchable, so you can switch them in one at a time, and each one draws about 200 milliamps, so you can slowly increase the load and to see what the actual steam engine is capable of. It's a fairly simple build, this box. It's just plywood, scrap plywood that I had lying around, and basically bits cut out, holes cut to take the switches and the meters and the wires from the MES bulb holders. It's not finished yet. I ran out of plywood, so I've still got to do the back, and it needs to be bolted down, and the Dynamo needs to be bolted down onto the generator needs to be bolted down onto the base plate. But yeah, it's coming along, and hopefully it will be something that I can easily rig up to any steam engine I want to put a load on. But here's a view looking inside. You can see it's extremely simple. The wiring, you know, anyone can do this. This is not rocket science at all. Very basic construction. I've just used some angled strip wood to glue it all together with, and then we'll put I've got to make the back, because as I said, I ran out of plywood. Make the back, glue that in place, and then we'll put some runners underneath, and it will be screwed through from the bottom of the board to hold it all in place. But yeah, it's quite an interesting little project, and one I hope will prove useful when it comes to actually putting a load on the various little steam engines that I restore and run. So I'm hopeful that we'll be able to see this thing in action in the not too distant future. Well, here's the steam engine generator rig. It's all finished. Quite pleased with it. Turned out all right. I have connected it up to a bench supply to check all the meters and the lights and all that. That works fine. I've got a few reservations about this little generator, which Banggood on their website rate this at 12 volts and 1 amp, but I'm dubious about that. It's very small. Part of the reason why I've left such a large area over here on the base plate this side of the main box is because I might want to update this in the future, put a bigger, beefier generator on there. But you know, that'll do for the time being. But yeah, it's okay. Looking forward to testing it. I mean, that's really the next stage now, is to get it connected up to a steam engine, and see what we can get it to do. So that'll be the next part. Okay, here we are, first test of the steam engine generator rig, and I've gone for the big guns here. This is a Bowman M101, which is pretty much the largest, biggest and baddest of all the Bowman engines. It's got a huge flywheel. The flywheel is about ½ a pound, and I'm running it. It's got a geared countershaft, but I'm not running it on that because it's geared down, and we don't need that. We want maximum RPM, so I'm running it off the main flywheel pulley. I'll swing the camera around so you can have a closer look. Yeah, so there you go. There's a mammoth drive belt on there. And hopefully the Bowman will certainly, well, I've no doubt the Bowman will drive the generator at all. It's whether or not we get high enough RPM to produce a decent voltage. So we'll just let it build up some steam and see what happens. Well, I think we've got steam up, but whether it's going to produce enough RPM, I don't know. Right, let's have a look at the meters. Well, it's driving the generator, no problem at all. But we've only got about 6 volts. And these are 12-volt bulbs, so it's just not going to do anything at that volt level. So, oh, it's going up a bit. What have we got now? Well, it's about 7. Wow, that's not better than I thought it would be. Actually, that's nearly 8 volts. Yeah. Not bad going. 8.5 volts, nearly 9 volts. Very interesting. So we've got nearly 10 volts, generating nearly 10 volts. But the trouble is, as soon as you put a load on it, I don't know whether it's just simply the drive belt isn't gripping enough. And basically, what happens is that you turn one of the lamps on, and basically the generator slows right down. So yeah, it's obviously like the belt slipping or something. It is glowing the filament, but it's just very, 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 very slight. Oh well, it does work. Let's pull back out again. Right, well I've changed this filament lamp for an LED bulb, and look at that, it actually comes on. Amazing. Interesting, you can see that it's obviously loading the generator because the voltage has dropped down to about 8.5 volts, and this is struggling. You can hear the change in pitch if I turn it off. Still it works, that's the important thing. Obviously this is drawing hardly any current at all, it's sending an LED, but no, it does work. I might well just change out all the bulbs for LEDs and or get some lower current filament lamps to see what happens. But yeah, it is actually working. That's the main thing. Well, that's about it for the first test of the generator rig. I would say it has been a success. I mean, obviously, the Bowman is not quite capable of, with that pulley, is not quite capable of generating 12 volts. I might experiment with a larger pulley and see what happens, but it's definitely working, you know, so which is what I wanted it to provide a load, which it's doing. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it for now. First test of the scratch-built steam generator test rig. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching.